सुख कर ये मंत्र मन हर ओम शांति ओम मंगल ध्वनि है ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति। शांति से हम गुंजाएं आओ धरती व्योम, आओ धरती व्योम। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति से होता है विकृतियों का हो, विकृतियों का हो। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति की महिमा समझे दुनिया की हर ध्वनि मंगल ध्वनि है ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति। शांति करे जागृत आत्मा में जो, आत्मा में जो। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति से मिटे अज्ञान का तम को, अज्ञान का तम दो। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति की शक्ति से पत्थर भी होता मंगल ध्वनि है ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति।
ओम शांति। स्वागतम। पहली बार है। अच्छा, वेलकम। प्रजापिता ब्रह्मा कुमारी ईश्वरीय विश्वविद्यालय में आपका स्वागत है। और इस कैलगरी संस्था में हर बुधवार एक थीम लेते हैं, दिव्य गुणों से सफल जीवन। तो कौन सा गुण पसंद करोगे आज? इट्स एन ओपन, एक ही गुण ले सकते हैं लेकिन एनीथिंग पर्टिकुलर?
One topic. Grievance. Grievance.
Grievance? Live it in Hindi. Grievance means?
She just lost her son. हमारा बेटा, yeah, हमारा बेटा, eldest son passed away. हमारा बेटा बुरा हो गया.
Okay.
About 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks? A week. Day after.
So maybe let's take the topic a little bit. I understand that's usually the topic is a little bit more positive topic. We take it for the going, right? But let me just sit for a few minutes. Is that okay? Let's take a few minutes of we call silence, right? And for that soul, and then we can. Om Shanti. So is it okay if I take a topic called Journey of the Soul? Musafir. Is that okay? Okay. Hindi, ठीक है? Okay. Okay, वैसे हिंदी का
English is better, but Hindi, I'll ask.
Let's see. ठीक है ना, मुसाफिर is like, right? We are in journey of a soul. So हम दोनों में करेंगे हिंदी इंग्लिश आज, ठीक है? So अच्छा, so सबसे पहले प्रश्न अपने आप के लिए, a question for the self. Am I this body or am I a soul? So I'm going to make it a little bit. Is it okay? कि मैं आत्मा हूँ या मैं शरीर हूँ? आपका निश्चय, आपका फेथ किस में है? अंदर से आपकी आवाज क्या कहती है? So take a moment, feel it, and then answer it. Is that okay? So take a moment. Achha. So what's the inside voice telling us? Soul. Right? I'm a soul. मैं आत्मा हूँ. Right? तो ये हमारा अंदर की आवाज है जिसको हम कहते हैं निश्चय, faith, truth. Right? Because it's coming from inside, within you, within us. Right? So now, what is difference between body and soul then? Am I experiencing it? क्या मैं आत्मा को अनुभव कर रही हूँ? यदि मैं आत्मा हूँ तो So let's look at it. ठीक है? आत्मा शरीर के अंदर आती है. अभी शरीर के अंदर आत्मा है. अच्छा. तो आत्मा और बॉडी में क्या डिफरेंस है? What is the difference between soul and body?
Soul travels, body stays, and because we do cremation, it goes into dust.
Okay. So body is created by 5 elements.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Air, fire, water.
And yes. And when soul leaves, so when souls enter into the body, right? The body is made of 5 elements. We call body is perishable. विनाशी है शरीर. Perishable है ना? क्योंकि जब आत्मा निकल जाती है तो बॉडी को ज्यादा दिन रखते हैं क्या?
मिट्टी बन जाती है.
Right? It has to go back into those 5 elements. Perishable. Right?
Yeah.
Very, very, very important. But soul
Travels.
soul is imperishable. उसको हम एक शब्द यूज करते हैं अविनाशी. Imperishable means it's an energy. So we need to feel that who am I, right? I am that energy, and its energy can never be created nor it can be destroyed. It exists before this body and it will exist after the body. So I need to feel myself that energy. I have to really feel that energy, because even though my inside is telling me I am soul, but I am not feeling it. And everything what's happening in my life, all my energy is attached to perishable things. Right? And anything that's attached to perishable, because if you look at, मतलब इस जीवन में देखेंगे हम इस संसार में, जैसे कि शरीर perishable है ना, मतलब नए से पुराना होता है और छोड़ना पड़ता है. Right? इसी प्रकार संसार में शरीर, तो शरीर के संबंध भी कैसे फिर हमारे लिए? The relationship of the body.
So how does that work for a 20-year-old kid? But like very youth.
Yeah.
They when they pass.
So we'll
how does that work?
So we'll understand about the soul. Is that okay?
Yeah.
In order to understand others, it's important to understand myself. Otherwise, it's not easy to understand life. We cannot understand life without understanding ourselves. So my questions, if I am asking the questions about life, you will get lost. Why? Because the first important thing is I need to understand myself, who is the soul. That's the important piece. That's the first step. So soul, if it's a soul is imperishable, we call Amar Avinashi. Amar means marti nahi. It never dies, right? There is soul never dies. It exists before this body and after this body. Make sense? So soul is always on the journey. It's always on the journey. Okay, so that's a very important. So I need to feel myself first. We have to feel I am in a journey. Okay, I have to feel myself. So anything what's happening in this life, we are going to do meditation, but it's like a life is like a river. Life continuously flows. I cannot hang on to, so if I want to enjoy the river, I cannot hang on to the branches of the shores. I'm not going to enjoy the river. Make sense? But what happens is because I've forgotten myself, मैं अपने आप को भूल चुकी हूँ. मैं आत्मा हूँ, लेकिन भूल मतलब उसका अनुभव नहीं है. तो क्या हो रहा है? मैं अपने आप को शरीर मानकर अपना जीवन को चला रही हूँ. Even though I am a soul, but I am living my life with the complete awareness that I am a body.
Yeah.
And so what happens? Two things will always happen with the body. Worry, जिसको चिंता कहते हैं, and fear. Why? Because if I am in the awareness of body, what happens? Everything with the body, at one point we know the reality. What is the reality? That myself, including, I have to leave this body. I don't know when. It's not a question about when. It's the question of, the important reality is, at some point, I have to leave this body. Okay? So that's a reality. True? I have to leave this body. So the question, so very important question then we have, if the soul is on the journey, right, because this is temporary, true or not?
True.
Body is temporary.
Yeah.
Soul, why does the soul enter into the body? What's the main reason about all this? Why do we have life? हमको जीवन क्यों मिला है?
To have a human experience.
Because when the soul enters in the body, only then soul starts to have an experience of its qualities, which is peace, love, and happiness. I cannot have that experience outside of the body. Aren't we looking for all those peace, love, and happiness? Right? But those are my inherent qualities. मतलब वो मेरे निजी गुण है. सुख शांति प्रेम मेरे आत्मा के निजी गुण है. And I need to experience that in my life. But what happens? So there's an example. If you watch any sports, do you watch any sports? कोई गेम देखते हो आप? Okay. जब हम गेम देखते हैं, कैसा अनुभव करते हैं जब हम एक साइड में ज्यादा फेवर करते हैं? And but the team, दो टीम प्ले कर रही है, लेकिन यदि मैं एक टीम के साथ ज्यादा फेवर करूंगी, how do I when I watch those games, what kind of feelings do I go through?
Anxiety.
Right?
Yeah.
Fear from losing.
Yeah.
You see what's happening? Because I'm, what we call that word is, हम कहते हैं इसको कि मैं एक तरफ अटैच हो रही हूँ. तो जब अटैच हो जाती हूँ, तो naturally these are my feelings, I go through it.
Vicious circle.
And exactly the same, it has happened to us. Okay? So the way it helps us to become neutral of what's happening outside. So this life is like a sport. Right? the soul enters in the body to enjoy. But what happened? I got attached to the outside world. And so all my anxiety, my stress, my fear, my worry, all this started to creep in. Okay? And so if I were to use an example, I'll use two examples. Is that okay? We'll use two examples just to understand this attachment. Right? Because I use the example of a sport. We are attached to one-sided, and this is what happens to us. And so same thing is happening to, okay, so now let's take an example of a chair first. Okay, we are all seated on the chair, right? Imagine there is a belt on the chair, okay, and you have clipped onto that belt, okay? And that belt, let's just say that is, you have tied a knot to it, which means it's not easy to take it out, just for a time being, okay? Okay, so you got attached to the chair, okay? Now, let's say for some reason, the chair is going to fall. Whatever the reason. Maybe the one of the leg is it's weak and it's broken. What will happen to you?
Fear of the chair.
You will fall? Why did you?
Because I was attached.
You are attached to it. So the outcome of the chair, because I'm attached to it, what happens? I'll fall.
You get hurt.
The outcome outside, I cannot control anymore because I'm attached to it. Right? And same thing happens to my body. So soul is got so much attached to the body. Because I know I'm a soul, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not detached from it. तो मैं आत्मा जो है ना शरीर में क्या हो गई है? शरीर को मान के अपना जीवन को चला रही हूँ. उसको हम कहते हैं अटैचमेंट हो गई. तो अब क्या होता है कि बाहर में कोई ना कोई सिचुएशंस तो आएगी, which we do we have control over any situations? Let's say body. Do we have control over body? COVID आया?
That's a tough one.
COVID आया?
Yeah.
Do we have control over that?
No, not at all.
How many souls got affected? Right? So what we are saying, can we control that? No.
Not at all.
Very, very important things. I cannot control if this body will get, yes, I can take care of it as much as I can. So we are not talking about like we have to take care. But there are certain events
That you can't control.
you cannot control on outside. Okay, so what happens is, but if I'm attached, what happens? It's the same thing like a chair. क्या होता है? I'll fall. I will get hurt because I'm attached to it. I'm considering myself as a body. मैं अपने आप को शरीर मान के चल रही हूँ. And it is bound to happen because outside, when the situation happens, the energy of those situations is what? Like the fall होता है ना, तो we call of दुख और अशांति, sadness and peacelessness. Because outside, if you were to look at it, right, most of the uncontrolled situations which we do not have control over has that energy of sorrow, pain, sadness, peacelessness. And if I'm attached. So I'm going to take another example because this one you can feel it. So try to join your hand like this. Okay? Okay? This is me. One hand is me. Let's just say right hand is me. And left hand is body or outside situations, whatever may be the case. I'm talking about body. This can be body, this can be relationship, this can be work as well. Those are primarily the three things. So what happens is, if I'm attached to it, and this, because this situation I cannot control, illness into the body, I cannot control. Relationships, I cannot control, no matter how much we want to try. Okay, we are talking about many different types in the relationship situations happens, right? I cannot control. Same thing work, which is we talk about money. Cannot control. Okay? I'm attached. So now go back again. Now, because I cannot control and something happens, this energy dropped. Okay? But I'm attached. So the only way I can protect myself, which we call the safety net, is I need to be little bit, I have to give that little bit of space. Just little space. Because I have to know who I am. That gives that little space. That's simple. It's that simple. It's a very powerful just to know yourself. That will give the space between soul and the body. It will create that space, and when the situation drops, you can have the power to remain high and elevated. Because you know yourself, because you can feel yourself. Right? So that's the important piece, you know. So coming back to soul, right? And I know it's hard. It is hard, and the situation happens. It's not easy. It's not easy. Because we don't know about this, and we don't have the space. So it definitely. Because right now my energy is down, right? Like it takes me to a little bit practice, right? And to feel it, to remain in this high level of energy. But when I'm down already, it has pulled me down. And so how do I uplift myself when I'm down? Different souls will have different pull to it. Okay? Very often we take the support of an external help to uplift ourselves. Right? Yes, it will definitely help, and just like you came here, right? Which is another very important step. But अभी हम देखते हैं कि इसको अपलिफ्ट कैसे करें. ठीक है? So soul, आत्मा के अंदर कुछ विशेषताएं हैं. What does it mean by विशेषता? The specialties, qualities, special qualities. Every soul on this planet has its own special qualities. So what we say is, yes, we are not perfect. 9 out of 10, maybe we have, but at least we have one quality. And we have to feel that quality. It's not about 9, it's about that one. And so, if you really want to connect with the soul, so can I probably do a meditation and help you to see that? It's not me, I cannot tell you what the quality is.
Yeah.
But I know through meditation, I'm going to guide you. Okay? And through that, उसके दौरान आप क्या वो क्वालिटी को आप खुद rediscover कर सकते हो. I just know one technique of it. So I use that in meditation and see what that special quality you may discover for yourself. Is that okay? So let's do the meditation. And we usually turn the red light here. And the reason why we do that, यहाँ पर हम जैसे white light, जब white light होता है ना, तो क्या होता है कि हमारी आंखें जो है ना, वो मन को it takes away my mind away. And so red light helps me to keep my mind little bit in the present and follow. That's why we do the red light. ठीक है ना? आप चाहे तो आंखें बंद कर सकते हो. Okay. So now imagine you are an artist. ठीक है? You don't have to draw anything today. But the reason I'm saying you are an artist because what I'm going to ask you, the first question is, we are going to go through 3 questions, okay? The first question, पहला प्रश्न है कि संसार में सबसे ज़्यादा सुंदर मुझे क्या दिखाई देता है? So you are an artist, right? So now what you're going to look for is that one thing in outside nature that you consider yourself is very beautiful. And so just feel that, whatever that may be. And I'll pause right now and then maybe I'll give you some hints after that, but let's explore within. So just to, hopefully it was very simple, right? Answer to yourself, right? You might have discovered it, but just to, in case if you are having any challenges, so what I mean by that, somebody might like sky, somebody might like mountain, somebody might like bird, somebody might like rainbow, somebody might like tree, right? Somebody might like ocean or star or sun. These are just an example, right? But you might be, so if you explore and just, if something resonates with you, so just take that, whichever comes to you from your inside, right? It's not about thinking, it's about feeling it. So everyone got it? Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. Perfect. Now let's get into the second question, okay, which is related to the first. Now whatever that beauty, whatever you have seen for yourself, now ask, what are the 3 qualities that you are able to see within that beauty? Make sense? So now I'm going to give I'm going to pause a little bit longer because it takes a little bit, and again, it's not a game of the mind. Feel it. Why do you think whatever you have found or discovered that beauty, why in the sense of those qualities you will try to find? तो जो मुझे बाहर सुंदर दिखाई दी है, उसकी कुछ 3 विशेषताएं हैं. तो वो 3 विशेषताएं मुझे क्या दिखाई देती, क्या अनुभव होती है उसमें? So take a moment. Are you able to experience those qualities? Is it? Sometimes it takes a little bit more time to feel it because we never have done that before. It's hard because we always focus on something we call, right, negativity, and it's some, if we are not used to, then it takes a little bit of time. And we talk about qualities, like, qualities can be, right, and that's connected with our theme, right? Gun, positive qualities. And qualities, like we talk about, peace, love, and happiness, which are very simple ones, but there is something called, let's just take an example of a bird, right? So when I see a bird, the first quality I can think about is fly, right? So there's a beauty in there, that quality. Fly means like there's a lightness, right? There's a lightness because only I can fly only if there's a lightness. So it's something like that quality is very dear to me because that's something quality I feel, and that's why it's resonating that beauty to me because of that quality. Make sense? Right? So one is called, right, the lightness in the bird, right? Second, so now if I were to look at the bird, what's another quality of the bird? So I try to resonate. Of course, it has got wings, right? And so, what qualities can we represent, like about those wings? When do we fly? When do we feel like we fly? Something is called zeal and enthusiasm, right? So when I looking at the beauty of the bird, there is that quality starts to resonate. Zeal, because we cannot fly with the body, right? But when we have that zeal and enthusiasm, isn't that how we feel like? Right? We have got the wings to fly. How do we feel in that? So it's all about feelings, right? Right? And of course, there are different types of birds when we see. And then I get into specific, right? When I need to go into deeper into quality, the third and the fourth maybe. What type of bird really I try to appreciate, or I see the beauty, because there's so many different types of birds. So hawk is like an eagle. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. You picked that. That was my favorite one as well. Why do you think hawk and eagle? Exactly. Have you seen them when there is a storm? Do you see them what they do? They fly to an height. Yes, when there is a storm, they use the storm to fly even higher. They use the storm actually. You should not. Yeah, they use it on their favor, and they fly high. They don't go direct, but they go like, no, they don't resist it. But if you should look at them, and they try to go like this long circle in the round, and they use that in order to, as if like it's becoming an force for them to use that energy to fly high. And when they fly high, you should really see them. Once they get to the point, then they just glide. So the situations in our life, it's coming us to push us into where we never thought that we are going to go. The storms in our life will come, but this is one example to see the beauty and start to resonate, because life is helping us to break from those attachments and start to fly. Right? Right? And so very important. So you got the second. You see how those qualities, because we start to connect. And when we start to connect and we understand those qualities much at a deeper level, it starts to resonate with us. Now the third question. Why did I select that beauty? Those qualities, where are those qualities? Why is it that I only selected that beauty and maybe other souls may have selected something else? So where does the beauty lies? Within you. That's how you discover yourself. Now once you discover those beauties, those qualities are within you, now you start to use it. It's a very powerful way. I never look at the beauty, the qualities that's within me. And these storms, when I start to feel that beauty, connect with that beauty, any storm will become a force for me to uplift myself, to go high, to remain elevated. And I just want to, so this is one of the very simple way, but there is also, we call another higher source, which we definitely need, whether we believe in it or not, we definitely need. Okay. And that higher source we call Supreme Soul. In different religion, he has been called out by different names, but we use just the Supreme Soul. What it is, who is that? Why do we need him? I'm using him because in different religion he's been called out by, like in Christianity he's been called out God, Father. In just communication, he's not a gender. Soul is beyond a gender, and so is Supreme Soul. But in order for us to communicate, right, and so that's why we use him. It's not about him or her, right? It's just to understand. Why do we need Supreme Soul? Why do we need him? Yeah, but we need him. Why do we need him? Okay, so let's what does the soul need? Feel it from inside. What do I need? If I'm a soul, what do I need? Okay. What else? Peace, love, harmony. Yes, these are the qualities we need. We are looking for it, right? Are those qualities in the outside world? No. No. So just like my physical parent of the body, what do they give me? What do they give me? What does body needs? Food, shelter, clothing, yes, comfort. Doesn't my parents give me that? We call that's called love, take care. Right? Why do we need parents? Because they can take care of those needs. And that's what we call the love. That's called the love, right? And so, if soul needs peace, love, and happiness or harmony, who's going to take care of the soul? Or who's going to love the soul? Or who's going to give that to the soul? Can I? We need him. We need Supreme Soul for that. But how I'm going to receive it from him? How does the child receive everything from parents? Parents, no, they don't have to ask. They have to. Yes, you are right. We have to express the need, right? So that's a very important thing. Just like, for example, when the baby is born, if parents are doing their own things, right? So how does the baby express that? Cry. Why? Because that's the only way the baby is. They want, because baby needs something, so he's asking for that attention. So who is asking for the attention? The child. Am I asking for that attention from the Supreme Soul? Right? So we need to call out, or we say we need to send that the vibration or the thoughts towards him. How do we reach him? But we also need to know him. Otherwise we cannot reach him. Meditation is more about connecting with yourself. Yes, through meditation, but we also need to know him. What I mean by that? In this physical world, right now we are in the room, right? Okay, so out we call out kind of. Do you know which of the most powerful element in this nature is? Do we know? Which is that one powerful element? Without that, nothing can exist in this world. Sun. Without sun, nothing will exist. True? Simple. Right? What does sun gives? No. What does sun has? Because we know what the sun has. What does it give? Light and heat. Now, when you talked about photosynthesis, now it's in a receiving end. Who receives the photosynthesis? Plants. Not every. Just the plants receives the photosynthesis. That is quality of the plant. Okay? Right? So different receiving will receive different things from the same light and heat. Make sense? Right? So Supreme Soul is like a sun for the soul. And what it will give? Two things. Light and heat. But those light and heat means what for the soul? Okay. The light is his qualities of peace, love, and happiness. That's called light. Right? You have seen the rainbow? Right? That colors? Right? Because in the sun, right, when it radiates and there's a mist, the rainbow is formed, right? So same thing with us. When do we feel that rainbow, his light? When we have that mist. Only then we start to feel. Okay? And when we say about the mist, is like not in the rain. If I am overwhelmed with pain and sorrow, I'm not going to receive his light. Okay? The mist is like I'm just a little bit over that, right? Not in the heavy rain. I just need to. Mist means like I'm seeing that pain, but I'm still not drenched into that pain and sorrow. As soon as I'm drenched, I'm not going to receive any light from him. Okay, so I need to, and that's why we say like we have to then practice in meditation. I'm a soul. That's the way I can then start to be detached from those energy. And then we start to have the connection with the Supreme Soul. In that we start to receive his light. And the second is called might, which is power. It's like soul is a rechargeable battery. Soul is a rechargeable battery. What has happened? In the rechargeable battery, what happens? Everything is homogeneous. Like, I don't know the scientific, but they call like in there's what they call that, neutron or proton or electron or whatever may be the case. But they get energized, right? When we recharge, what they do? They get energized. Right? Everything is there, but it got energized. It's like homogeneous. We call unity, ekta. Right? Everything gets powered up. And then what happens in the battery? As you start to use it, what happens? It gets distorted. And it starts to lose the energy. Same thing with the soul happened. Initially, because soul doesn't remain in this planet, right? It's not a permanent home. Permanent home is beyond this universe. If we start to understand soul, then we can understand that soul cannot belong to this physical universe. Why? Why does the soul doesn't belong to physical universe? When I close my eyes and if I say, let's go to the moon. How long does it take for me to go to moon? But that's for the body. But not for the soul. I think and I reach with my power of my thoughts. So soul is not bound with space and time. That's why soul is more free and more powerful than this physical universe. Body cannot, but soul can through the power of thoughts. Because that's part of the soul. My mind is part of the soul. And so that itself shows us soul is more powerful than physical universe. It cannot be bound by space and time. It proves us. And so soul cannot its home cannot be in the physical universe. It has to be above physical universe. Very, very, very important. This is all the things what we're learning today is just giving that space. Knowing about my qualities, knowing about myself, and then about Supreme Soul. So what we need is, because soul got discharged, so when it came, it has fully charged from the home. Originally when it came. And then it entered into the body. It started to use the energy. It left the body. Then what happened? Now it's discharged, right? Will it go home? No. It will go to different body. Now it's like it's a journey. It started its journey from the home, but as soon as it enters it, it cannot go home until it gets fully recharged now. And the only way it gets fully recharged is the connection with the higher source. It has to connect with the Supreme Soul. The soul cannot get recharged otherwise. It's in the journey of down, down, downward, but there's a moment it comes, it says, now it's a time for me to go up again, and for that I have to connect with Supreme Soul. There's no other way. And a moment comes in our life when life becomes a guide for us. It's guiding me to go in that direction of connecting with Supreme Soul. Situation comes because I'm lost in this life and the world. I forgot myself. And so it happened to me 2001. That's how I got connected. Because I got completely lost. I said, like, life is not making sense to me. And I was looking for, because life was guiding me. I had everything in my life, but it didn't make sense. I was completely empty inside. I said, like, who am I? What am I doing in this life? And so when my thirst from inside began to find those answers, I got connected with the truth. That's when this spiritual journey began. We are spiritual being. We are human being, right? Human body plus spiritual being makes us human being. Yes, it does help. It helps to, we call meditation needs two things. Meditation by itself, you cannot do meditation, just like what we are doing. Meditation needs some positive food. Because meditation, I need to digest that food. Yeah, I cannot do meditation. I'm going to do meditation, but how do I focus my mind? I need my mind to go into a direction. We call focus mind, concentration mind. But what direction am I giving to the mind? So that's why it needs food. So you got some food today. Soul is in a journey. Little bit, right? Not a whole lot, but at least you got something. So you can listen to back, right? We have this on the public. You can start to take some notes for yourself. Find what has helped you, and use it in meditation for yourself to go deeper. That's what we call meditation. It's a food for the soul. We get some positive information, which we call truth, about the self, about Supreme Soul. And then we start to practice, we start to use, we start to go deeper. We call it a research laboratory in silence. Research. Meditation is a laboratory, and I'm doing a research. What exists within me, I'm researching, because all that experiences are hidden within me. So through meditation, I go deep within myself and start to experience it. That's called meditation. So meditation is a beautiful inner journey, helping the mind to go deep and rediscover those hidden treasures that lies within us. Right? About the self, about the Supreme Soul. But you need some truth to know that. Only then I can start to have an experience. So yesterday we talked about, right? Practice makes us perfect. But no, we need perfect practice will make you perfect. So same thing, true knowledge or सच्चा ज्ञान से हमें सच्चा अनुभव होगा. यदि उसमें सच नहीं है, so there is a saying, I'm going to end with this last point and then we are going to have just few minutes of song. There's a saying, हम खाली हाथ आए थे, खाली हाथ जाएंगे. I came empty handed and I will. And I say, is that true? It's false. Because if you're coming empty handed and you'll go empty handed, how do you feel going empty handed? How do you feel when you're empty? Sad. So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's not right. I don't want to feel sad when I go empty. I want to feel good about myself. So why would I? So if I am taking this food, I came empty-handed and go empty-handed, and I will start to meditate on it, what will it do to me? So the right sentence is कि मैं संसार का कुछ नहीं लाई थी और संसार का कुछ नहीं लेकर जाऊंगी. Sansar means I didn't bring anything of this world, neither body nor relationship nor money. Did I bring it? Nope. Am I going to take it? So again, the worldly things. So now it will start to make very clear sense in meditation, because why I'm getting attached to the body and the relationship and that. So now I will start to have that little gap now in meditation, because now it's not about emptiness, it's the proper food you are giving to yourself, that I do not bring this body, I do not bring any relationship with me, and I'm not going to take it. So now it will create that space for me. So it will not take my energy along with it when it goes down. Okay? But now there's another thing even more powerful than that. Soul did bring something and will take something back. And it's called sanskar. My personality, my karmic accounts. Soul does bring that. Now I don't know what did I bring with me, but I have a choice what to take with me. How powerful is that? What do you want to take with you back when you leave? That's the personality, and that's why we need Supreme Soul, because he's full of it. He is the only one who is a guide to me, who can teach me, and who can be with me when I leave this world, because he is without the body. He says, I'm the only one I can be with you, but you have to remember me at that moment when you leave this world. Only then I will be with you. Do you want to be with me when you leave the world? And it guides us. How powerful is that now? That's what we call true knowledge, and then use that in meditation will give you the powerful experiences. That's the food we need for the soul. Make sense? So I think we're going to just play just the last few minutes of song in Hindi. If it's on, we are going to end with that. Okay? Thank you very much.
जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे, जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे, वर्णन करूं मैं कैसे मुख से. जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे, वर्णन करूं मैं कैसे मुख से, ये दिल जानता है बाबा, दिखता है जो नैनों के नूर से, जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे। मुझको इतना सम्मान दिया, मेरे लाडले कह दुलार दिया। मुझको इतना सम्मान दिया, मेरे लाडले कह दुलार दिया। मेरे इन भूलों को माफ किया और दिव्य गुणों से श्रृंगार किया। सांसों में समाए हो बाबा, भूल सकते नहीं तुम्हें भूल से, जो प्यार मेरा मुझे तुमसे। तन है यहाँ मेरा मन है वतन, उड़ता हूँ मैं अब बाबा के संग। तन है यहाँ मेरा मन है वतन, उड़ता हूँ मैं अब बाबा के संग। प्रभु प्रेम की इन किरणों से गद गद हो रहा है अंग अंग। अब पैर ज़मीं पे नहीं रहते, जब छूटा माया के चंगुल से, जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे, वर्णन करूं मैं कैसे मुख से। ये दिल जानता है बाबा, दिखता है जो नैनों के नूर से, जो प्यार मिला मुझे तुमसे।
For joining us. बहन लाइव स्ट्रीम ऑफ कर देना है ना।